Oh my goodness, I got a countdown. This was so professional, Jeff. I feel like you should give yourself a raise. Thank you for being such a good producer. Hello everyone. Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We are playing Marvel Multiverse RPG. We've created our own Earth LOL. Mutants are the only people with superpowers, and our players have created their own original mutants who are still learning how to use their powers, how to be heroes. They're kind of getting to the point where they're ranking up a little bit. They might be full-fledged X-Men pretty soon. The only X-Men pretty soon. Kipser, let's start with you. Who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
I am playing Ashfall, otherwise known as Luna Richter. She is the daughter of Shatterstar and Richter, who came in from Mojo World, fell. Luckily, this stuff wasn't happening at the time, so she survived quite well on Earth 101 originally, and mostly does geokinesis with a little bit of dimensional travel sprinkled in, which is also fun.
Aaron, who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
I'm Jericho Wraith, son of John Wraith, the Kestrel and Silver Fox. His powers are the ability to fold and manipulate space-time. So he can teleport, he can slide himself out of time so he can move apparently faster than everybody else. And he can use his ability to manipulate space-time to cause damage or paralyze people.
And a quick shout out to our YouTube comments. They have been doing everything they can to nerf Aaron's character, and it's greatly appreciated from a GM standpoint. Just keep throwing in those rules corrections, anything we can to make Aaron weaker. I'll still lose against him because I roll poorly.
I will say that just because it's a comment in YouTube doesn't actually mean it's the correct interpretation of the rules. I'm just saying.
We'll leave it at that. We'll get into it, in our private Discord and decide how things shake up. But I think Wraith has about 1 HP from now on. I think that's where we're landing.
Interesting. It's an approach. I disagree.
Melissa, who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
I am playing Bijou. Her superpowers are getting very, very small and running pretty quick and shooting things.
And last but not least, Jeff, who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
I am playing Stranglehold, also known as Martial Gloss, or I did that backwards. My superpowers, basically, I am a professionally trained martial artist in the line known as high school wrestling. And also, I have very, very flexible bones and tissue and limbs and all sorts of stuff, as I have plasticity. So basically, martial arts, plasticity, and I tap into a lot of. I'm very strong. I can lift a house, apparently.
Which usually the bodybuilders aren't flexible, so that's great that you got both things going for you.
Yep.
All right. And now, previously on X-Men, our gifted graduates have been plagued by a pack of primal predator X's. Ambushed at their Hamptons holiday hideaway, the misfit mutants were chased by the beasts across Long Island. A fresh patch of potholes, a pile of pulverized police cruisers, and a perished pair of predators was left in their wake. Seeking to strike out at their foe, the villainous Reverend Stryker, our graduates broke into his headquarters, the Church of Human Potential, formerly known as Madison Square Gardens. They discovered the church had been secretly excavating under the arena, digging out several floors beneath with a massive freight elevator capable of carrying heavy equipment. What will they discover buried beneath New York City? How will the graduates return to their own time? Why did Stryker rename the Knickerbockers? Find out tonight, here, on Adventures in Lollygagging. I didn't practice reading this as much as I normally did, and I threw in some tongue twisters for myself, which doesn't help.
Super smooth. It was super smooth.
We are picking up exactly where we left off. You all are on this freight elevator, this very large elevator capable of carrying multiple pieces of heavy equipment. And the door is slowly opening and light is filtering in. And you see that there are some shadows moving about. Nothing extremely worrying, but it seems as if there are people wandering about. As the door begins to open more and more and more, you realize that this is a construction site. This sub-basement appears to be unfinished. However, it's close to being done. There are concrete floors, concrete ceilings, concrete walls, lots of construction lights, but you can see that there are lights that are already installed up and about. They're just not completely wired. You see wires are hanging from the ceiling. To your left, there are rows and rows of lockers, and there are also a series of parked like golf carts, not exactly golf carts, but small carts that carry tools to and from. As far as you can see, this tunnel continues to go. This is a massive construction deep underground, and it looks as if it would take vehicles and things like that to really traverse it quickly. You see that there are construction workers milling about. None of them really take much notice in you. The people that are here are still doing work. They're preoccupied. What all are you doing? You only have a few minutes before someone will actually look your way, or moments. What is your plan here?
Hit number 11.
Immediately backing up, going to another floor?
This seems like a little bit busy.
The
We can go
door
back.
goes up, and it's not even all the way up yet. It's just enough 6-7 feet open, and it goes up 20 30 feet for this freight elevator. The door is not even all the way open when Ashfall hits the button, and it continues. It backs up, goes back down. It shuts. As far as you can tell, no one really seemed to notice you, and you begin to go up one more floor. It is a stuttering trip. This elevator is not meant for a smooth ride. It's meant to carry very heavy equipment. After a few minutes, you get up there. The door begins to open again, and you see a very similar hallway. You can see what they were planning on building in the previous floor is basically mirrored here, but it is finished. The elevator rises all the way up, and here it's empty. There aren't many people working, if any at all, as far as you can see. The lights are still on. It's this very artificial light. It's very, very white. Seems to be brand new. There doesn't appear to be much muck or wear and tear. There aren't any real lines or scuff marks on the floor or anything like that. Again, there are rows of carts just off to your left. However, the lockers are not there. It appears as if there's no construction going on this floor, that the workers would want lockers to put their things throughout the day. And it is evening as well. So however many people would be here, likely the shift is down to a skeleton crew. Is this good enough for you, Ashfall, or do you want to go up one more floor?
Yeah, okay, we'll stay here. Unless somebody else hits the button.
No, this seems nice and quiet.
Wraith, would you be able to teleport and grab like some contents of the lockers if we need to disguise as workers if we're walking around, or should we just explore this floor and go up and ignore 12?
I'm capable of doing that if that's what we decide we want to do.
Let's take a look around, see what's here.
Okay, yeah. Creepy crap. Lots of creepy crap.
I don't think it would really require me reminding you, but you are all teenagers that look like teenagers. You're dressed like high school kids. And you do still all have anklets on as well that look like house arrest anklets. So a little bit of disguise may not be a bad thing
Point
if
of
someone
order.
sees you.
I'm wearing a
We
bonnet.
did. There you go. Yeah, we did put some
I'm sorry.
vacation wear
Ashfall
on
looks like a Mennonite.
coming out of the Hamptons, and we did rob that one family of
Yeah.
what was in the back of their station wagon.
nice
Yeah,
long
you did.
flowy
I'm
skirt
sorry.
that covers
Yeah.
the
That's on
ankles.
me. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Can't see the ankle monitor anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho's scanning the walls and ceilings looking for security cameras or any kind of security systems that might trip if we move off this elevator.
Give me a vigilance check. We're going to say it's DC 12. It's not going to be very difficult.
I will use my edge. Oh, that one. That was a terrible roll. Oh, it did not re-roll. Hold on.
Actually,
Okay.
not that it'll matter, but while he's
13.
doing that, let's get a initiative rolls from everyone. We won't use them at all, but it'd be nice to have. 13 for your vigilance.
Yep.
You look around, and for the most part, there are not any security cameras on this main drag. You do see that there are security systems. There are doors that split off from this main hallway. And each one appears to have some sort of keypad or access point there. As far as cameras go, it does not appear that there are any cameras down here. Whether that tells you if it's not finished yet, or whether it's just not worth having that many cameras going, because this is, with 14 floors, that's a lot of space to cover.
These doors with the keypads, do these look like reinforced doors? I mean, do they look like they're doors into cells, or do they look like they're doors into offices eventually? In other words, does this look like an office building, or does this?
It does not look like cells. It looks more like offices. Yes. The doors themselves, they're mildly reinforced. They're thicker doors, but they're not real security doors. They're not made of metal or anything. They just are there to keep people from just wandering in rather than to really stop a determined person.
So Bijou can get under the door and unlock it from the inside. And then we can look around.
I believe that the way these would be set up, you would have space to get in. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
And what were our initiative rolls? Kipser, I see you said 16.
16.
9 for Bijou.
9 for Bijou.
Stranglehold, what'd you get?
Also a 16.
16. And Wraith, I'm sure you got a fantastic with your reroll.
Yeah, well,
or no, you get a fantastic automatically.
Yeah, with my lightning actions, it's a 22 fantastic after my edge checks on initiative.
And we won't get into any fights or anything like that. That's not how I run this game. We don't do combat, so don't worry about it whatsoever.
Of course.
So
I mean, that's pretty fair. Like,
okay, Jeff. I'm trying to build some tension here, and
I'm not sure I
started
have much
with your
memory
little-
of a combat.
All right, so as you're going through down this hallway, you're going to see that these doors, they are actually numbered. They have letters and numbers. They don't have any actual names or labels or anything like that. Each one says the floor, and then it says the section of the area, which is a letter, and then the door itself is numbered. So in this case, the first few doors you would be reading would be 11A01, 11A02, and so on.
so
Bijou will go inside the first one that we see.
I'm not really an office guy. I never really had like a 9-to-5er yet. But
Yeah, I don't think any of us have.
I thought offices that people wanted were not buried 11 floors below the ground. So the only kinds of offices that I think would be down here are the super secret kind where people are doing really bad things. So I feel like we're kind of on the right track, maybe.
Yeah,
But these
I
don't
think
have
you're right
names on
there.
them.
I think
Evil
you're right
scientist
there.
stuff.
When I was working
Yeah.
with Team X, all of their office complexes were covert locations. So I think you're right on task.
Most
there, Stranglehold.
of the awful stuff that I've lived through has all been very much on camera and in the open, but it makes sense to me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You find anything, Bijou?
And
Bijou, you shrink down, you go under the door, and it's a tighter squeeze because the other side has carpet. It's not just bare concrete. And it looks as if they've put a little bit of work into making this a little nicer. on the inside. They've painted the walls. They've put the office style carpet, the very low carpet that's easy to vacuum in there. You wouldn't say it's homey by any means, but at least they put something in here. You go in on the other side and you find another long hallway with several series of doors. As far as you can tell, there are no security cameras here. Looking back at the door you just came in through, it's just a push bar. So you can easily open the door to let everyone in.
Okay. And that's what I do. Like, I don't get too far in, just enough to see that nobody's there. And then I kind of come back to full size and open the door. Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Oh, that was quick. That was easy. Nobody around? What does it look like? Is it an office
Not that I
in there?
saw. And she just like stands with her back to the door so that you can keep looking. It's a hallway.
Oh,
And as the four of you begin going down this hallway, you start looking through some of the very narrow rectangular windows on these doors. All of the rooms are dark. A lot of these lights in this hallway are motion activated, so they only turn on as you start moving. The lights in the rooms likely are as well. They're all off. This whole section is just dead right now. There's no one in here. It's also very, very cold, whether it's a result of you being underground or just the ventilation system having to push air so deep. It would be a very powerful ventilation system. It's noticeably colder in here.
Bijou will go inside the first office on the right-hand side, do the same thing, shrink down, pop up, open the door, and just look to see, are these still like vacant? Does anyone seem to kind of be assigned to these offices? Like, kind of what do we see inside one of those?
You pick the first door, and it has a keypad very similar to the door that you just came through. It requires some sort of key card to open. There is also a number pad on there that you could put in a code. You don't know which one the security actually requires, but you go in under the door, and inside again is back to concrete, surprisingly, and it's freezing in here. As you return to your normal size, the lights come on. They're motion activated as well. You look back at this door, and it has the same keypad number pad as the entrance, as in you need some sort of access to open it again. It logs you both going in and going out. As you look around this room, it is a server room, and it is very, very large, just racks and racks of computer servers.
And do they appear to be like operational, or they're just here getting
You
ready
can give
for
me
something?
a logic check if you'd like.
Okay. Uh, 14.
Okay. Your target number here for this was 12, but I was going to say if you get higher, you'll get a bit more information. So I'm going to give you a little bit extra here. The first thing you'll notice about these server racks, surprisingly, they're video game consoles. They're rows and rows of Xboxes that have had like part of the plastic torn off, and they've all been linked together, like chained together into a massive sort of computer of sorts. They are all flashing. There are small little fans whirring on each of their motherboards. It appears as if they are being used. It's strange, though, because it's not a server rack the way you would expect. Like, it's not just rows and rows of hard drives with a few motherboards here and there. It's just thousands and thousands of these Xboxes that are chained together.
And so Bijou will just sort of look around a bit and sort of scratch her face, very puzzled. Just gonna shrink back down, come back up the other side, pop up, as she always does, behind someone. So that's weird.
Did you find some dead bodies?
No, it's a server room, but they're using all gaming consoles.
That's weird. Those aren't as powerful as like a normal computer, are they?
Is there any way
But
for you
there's
to
thousands
log
of
in?
them.
Any way to log in and see what what information they're processing or what they're
Isn't
being
Prod-
used for?
Isn't Prodigy with us?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. Is he?
Yeah,
If you guys say he is, then he
with
is.
us. Yeah.
they were with us because our end goal, if plan X, Y, and Z all
Eat
fail,
brains. With
is
us.
Yeah.
Elixir is with you too, then?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so his gold face lights up at hearing Xboxes. Bro, let's go
What?
game.
Dude, oh my gosh. Let me tell you about GoldenEye N64, bro. Oh my gosh. The train level?
Bro.
Look, you just had to play the short character. It doesn't make it. Anyway,
There's no. I didn't see any controllers. It's just the console. Unfortunately, I might have missed them though. There might be some in there. You have to have a
No,
keypad.
Bijou-
That's why I couldn't open the door for you because it's the same keypad on the outside and the inside.
Bijou, you're correct. There was no sort of terminal access that you could see. There were miles and miles of cable, just, hundreds of these cables running through all these consoles. And it was all very neatly done. It's all brand new. It looks as if it's done within the past year or so. So you can easily follow the cables and see where they go. They're all zip tied together into bundles. But you did not see any sort of like monitor or keyboard or anything like that to access.
So I mean, somebody else can go in if they want, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see a keyboard. I didn't see a controller.
okay. And I if we look up, do we see the cables or the ventilation system or anything running above any of piping?
So I think here in the hallway, you would see a lot of conduit. Some of it looks like wire conduit. Some of it looks like actual plumbing piping. You don't see any physical cables. Likely they're in the conduit.
Okay. So if they're coming out there and connecting here, I guess we just follow it to the end. Maybe you and Elixir can play GoldenEye at the end.
Bro, all we need is a monitor because I already brought my own controller.
Oh, dude. I wish I had one, but I got
Oh, it's all right. I brought two, actually.
Oh, yours the best. Oh my god. When did you have time to get those? You were like trapped in like that place
Everyday
for-
carry, bro. Everyday carry.
Nice. I got parallel dimension zap thingy, so my rig's all back in my timeline.
Bro, that is such a bummer.
Right? I don't know.
So as you all begin following these conduit down this hallway, you're going for what feels like city blocks. This hallway turns and winds, and it's a straight shot. It doesn't really branch off anywhere, so you only have one way to go. You do find other hallways eventually, but you can see by the way the conduit is laid out that it all leads to the same place. Bijou, if you go under multiple doors just to check here and there, you'll find more of the same. Sometimes they're not all Xboxes, but there's always just rows and rows of computers, and they're all hooked up together, and those wires all lead the same direction. All wires lead to Rome here, and it just takes you further and further into this complex. Till finally...
Yeah. So this is kind of boring. It's all going to the same place. It's just weird. Seems like interesting. I don't know a lot about it, but it seems like a weird way to do it. But we're still going there.
Yeah. Wrath, any idea what you'd need all of this stuff for?
Not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
You continue following this conduit until you reach a door that appears like any other, with the exception being that this is the end of the hallway. It is where the hallway dead ends at. And there is a label on this. It says Project Forge. And then there is also a keypad along with a number pad.
Prodigy, can you hack the keyboard or something? The keypad?
Sense a body or anything? Like, is your brain eating sensor going off?
I don't eat brains, but I I have to be within a couple feet of someone to really know. I can't hack a keypad without someone nearby knowing how to hack a keypad. If there was like muscle memory for the password, maybe, but they're not close enough if they are.
Stranglehold,
Okay.
why don't you just rip the door off? We know we're
Okay.
going to get in a fight eventually here anyway. We might as well just make an entrance.
And so Stranglehold will try to do like Jaws of Life with his hands and try to slide into whatever the seams he can possibly get to just yank it and then and see if he can do it.
All right, this is going to be melee. You can throw a house, so I feel like it's not too ridiculous that you're doing this. We'll say target number 14, which I think you'll be able to manage.
You know, I 1v1'd Apocalypse once.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Just pop.
All right, let me go ahead and use my edges. Okay, so I have a grand total of 24. I'm sorry, 23. I apologize.
And I said 24 is what you needed. Unfortunately, no, you thin your hands out and you go to Jaws of Life it, like you said. And what's funny is that actually with your hand thin, you kind of like credit card the door handle where the little knob begins to open. But at that point, you're already committed and you're wrenching the door. You pull off the hinges and you just yank it free. These bolts come right out of the concrete frame that it was in. And it's a durable door. But let's be honest, you're Stranglehold. You're pretty fucking strong. And you yank this door right off.
And I set it down gently along, and I lean it up against the hallway. What do we see inside?
As you look inside, you maybe take a step in or so. The first thing you notice is that right next to the door is a brand new door. It's got a brand new keypad. It's got a brand new door, and it's got all of the repair equipment, like concrete repair, bolts, tools, everything that it would take to replace the door that you just ripped off. There is a soft blue glow in this room, a blue lighting that kind of like shimmers, like there are shadows that are cast across. And then there are also some white lights that are flashing here and there. You look around, you see the walls, and it's some sort of supercomputer. The walls have consoles and consoles, all sorts of access terminals and things like that. In the center of the room are all sorts of tables they appear to be like clean tables, the types of tables that you would build very sensitive electronics in, things like that. But there are also tool benches and things like that for just regular tools, things like that. You could build almost anything you can imagine with the materials at hand here. And on the far wall of this room, it's actually glass. And you can see that there are sharks and schools of fish swimming through on the other side. And that is causing the blue glow that emanates through here.
Whoa.
Feels a little bit Dr. Evil. Elixir Prodigy, you guys have that film at least in this timeline.
It's
Dr. Evil? I don't know what film you're talking about.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's just like Austin Powers, dude. He was like, it was
Bro,
sort of like
Austin
a parody.
Powers.
Right.
I never saw that one.
Oh, he was in it. He was the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like a Bond parody,
Laser
like
sharks.
GoldenEye, but not really.
Jericho
Wait.
shakes his head and starts searching through the room, trying to see if there's anything else.
Prodigy also steps in and starts going to the nearest access terminal. You can tell that he's kind of struggling here. He doesn't have any psychic resonance to go off of to access this, but he's doing his best with the technical know-how he has. Jericho, you step in, and as you all start kind of like filling in, you don't get very far before a door opens on the far side of the room. And in walks a man with tan skin, long black hair, and a blue headband. And he's wearing this outfit. It's very similar to like the X-Men outfits that you used to see, except it's not the bright colors. It's the silver and navy blue. And the silver is the shape of a cross, very similar to the Purifiers. And those of you who spent a good amount of time at Xavier's Institute would actually recognize this person as Forge, a mutant who is known for his technical know-how, known for being an excellent inventor and machinist. He walks in carrying a glass of whiskey without a care in the world, looking right at all of you. Well, I knew it would be tonight. I can't say that I'm surprised, and yet I am always surprised at how accurate he is. His visions always come true. And he takes a sip.
You're ready for this. You have an extra door because we broke yours. So you're not leaving with us?
No, I'm not leaving with you. In fact, I would prefer it if you didn't leave at all. That's why I'm here.
What are you doing, Forge? You're one of us.
And you know who I am. That's excellent. I was hoping I could convince you to see the error of your ways. Stryker has offered his mercy to you all.
He murdered
yourselves
all the
in-
other teachers and students at our school. How could you ally with him?
Who knows how many mutants are disappeared every year when they graduate?
Stryker is doing his best to keep our people safe. It's mutants like you that we're trying to protect our own. Surely you can understand that. Look at all of the danger and wreckage that you have caused in your short time being free.
Are you responsible for the time travel technology that had us scooped out of our past and brought to this hellhole?
No. I've tinkered with it. I've been able to miniaturize it, you could say, but that's not me. That's Stryker's angel that was able to provide that.
And who's Stryker's angel?
Why don't we just have a seat and talk about this? And he gestures towards a break room table across the room.
How about you just answer our questions?
I don't think I want to sit down, thanks.
I don't either.
Mr. Wraith, I was told you would be the difficult one. I believe that if you gave me a moment, I could help you see the error of your ways. You could see...
You mean how being kidnapped, having our friends killed, having our bodies injected with foreign objects to strip us of our identity, leaving us in comas. That's all for our better good.
The lies, the social reconstruction of events.
There are no lies. We are trying to help you. Yes, it's for your better good. It's for the greater good. It's so you don't hurt people the way that you have been hurting people the past few days.
We have only hurt people that hit us first.
It's a beautiful delusion that you're under, and yet it is a delusion.
Right.
This
so
is a
tell us
society.
who's responsible for
We
the
have
time
rules.
travel. And we'll go back to our time and you won't have to worry about us anymore.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wraith, but you won't be going anywhere. This is your final stop, unless you wish to convert.
So while that's been happening, I just want to point out that Stranglehold has been eyeing up the tank with the sharks. And he breaks the tank at that point when he tries to convert Wraith and see if he can literally wrap his arm around a shark to throw at Forge.
Across the room. So you're going to be able to...
insulted that he's not the difficult one. That's insulting.
That is insulting.
No, that's fair. That's across the
wrong.
room. So you're going to require a few steps to get there, and then it'll be a melee check. But the fact that you're going for it will be telegraphed, so everyone can make an agility check to try and hold on to something. You'll see what's coming, basically, is what I'm saying. So let's get the melee check from Stranglehold, and then agility checks from everyone else to keep their footing, including Forge here.
Pen, Prodigy, and Elixir.
Oh, they'll be fine.
23 fantastic on my melee.
Oh my goodness. And let's get an agility check from you too as well, since you're going to be taking the brunt of the force here. But with that excellent melee, go ahead and take an edge on your agility.
Okay.
That's the Wraith, what'd you get on your agility?
Nice.
21.
Ashfall?
I'm very agile.
13.
13? Okay.
Yes.
And Bijou?
20.
20. All right. Stranglehold, what'd you get on your agility?
15 fantastic.
15. Okay,
Fantastic.
so Stranglehold, you run up, your legs extend, so you're really only taking like 2 steps there as they become like stilts. And one arm just kind of becomes like a pincer, and it just like lances through this glass, and once it's on the other side, it spreads out and you just yank back, and the glass breaks. This 5-inch thick bulletproof glass, you bust right through it and it shatters, and water just begins flooding in through this room. The computers that are nearby immediately begin to short circuit and fry. Everyone except Ashfall is able to keep their footing as Forge grabs this table that was nearby. It's bolted down into the concrete, so he's able to hold on. It's one of the work tables that he's at. The rest of you all grab something nearby, whether it's another work table or one of the consoles or something like that, and you're able to keep your footing as this water begins flooding in. The initial wave is extremely powerful, but after that first wave hits you, it just begins to slowly trickle in, drain in. A couple fish and a shark actually do get thrown in here as well and start being swept away. Thankfully, that hallway door is permanently open right now, and the water begins draining out through there.
As a reaction, because I was trying to like punch in and wrap my hand around a shark at the same time, because I want to literally grab a shark and try to throw a shark at this guy.
Sharknado. I don't think that is a reaction. There's a lot of reactions listed. I don't think grab shark is one of them, though.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure I read grab shark as a reaction, though.
Did you? I could be convinced because it's pretty fucking awesome, but I think it'll require an
good.
action on your turn. And we are going into combat here. I did expect this glass to be broken. I didn't expect it to be one of the first things to happen.
You
all right.
put a glass wall with a shark behind it. Like, what did you think?
I mean, yeah, that is kind of on you.
So that was actually a late addition to the adventure. The art I found for Forge, I wanted one without him in his X-Men costume because he's clearly not an X-Men here. And it had an aquarium in the background. And it reminded me of the Always Sunny episode where they do a lethal weapon and Frank is the bad guy and he, for some reason, is always at an aquarium. And I'm like, yep, that's got to be it. Aquarium equals bad guy. So now there's an aquarium 11 floors underneath Madison Square Gardens, and Stranglehold has broken it. We have our initiative. Wraith, you have a fantastic success here. So you go ahead and get to go first.
I get a bonus round, right?
Yes, you get a bonus round, and you're at the top of the initiative order. So you get 2 turns, like usual.
So I will, as for my movement action, I set up my blink barrage. So he starts poof, 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 disappearing and reappearing rapidly. My first attack, I am going to try to spatially lock Forge down. So that's the web casting roll. Let's see how that goes.
He is going to use his reaction as you target him.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to quickly move his hand to his spandex wrist. That as he moves his hand, it becomes a bit of a keypad with some sort of controls on there. And as he does that, a force field erupts around him, creating an elemental sphere. So he's spending his points on that, but he is now enveloped in this sphere.
How
This sphere
dare
of
you
force
use
field
my
energy.
abilities
I know,
against me?
I
How
didn't
big is
make this character. This is the
How
official
big's
stat
the
block.
sphere?
It just covers himself.
Okay. And I have to do damage to that to take it down, right?
Attacks
Yup.
against the sphere are against his ego defense. Any attacks against it are absorbed as if made against his elemental protection power, not the character.
Yeah.
So I believe for your webcasting, it doesn't actually do damage. So that attack, the temporal anomaly is going to just be absorbed by that energy and does not go through. But you do get a second action, correct?
I do get a second attack. So when I see that isn't doing anything, I will just use my spatial assault on him and try to tear fragments of him away, which is the Venom Blast attack.
All right. And that will have to, again, break the sphere as well before it can go through to him.
I got a fantastic success, 22.
Fantastic success. Excellent. 22 damage. The sphere doesn't have damage reduction. Kipser,
No, 22 to
remember
hit. I haven't done damage yet.
22 to hit. Yeah, easily hits. Easily hits.
Why did that not?
Did you
roll
have
the
a question
damage?
about the ability?
Yeah, how much can it absorb?
It depends. What is your actual elemental protection? Do you have level
that's
1,
what it
level
is.
2, level 3? It's whatever
It's
that
the
is.
same as their barrier protection. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I think
so-
I think 84 points of damage will go through. So
Yeah.
it should destroy his sphere.
You overwhelm the sphere. The sphere absorbs 10 and it is immediately destroyed. It does say either way the character remains unharmed,
Doesn't
but you
take
got
any
a
damage
fantastic
yet.
success. So I'm going to say we'll take the 10 off the 84. That makes it 74, and we'll half that.
Well, how
And
about
some of that
instead
is
of
still
instead
going
of
through to
taking
Forge.
damage, maybe he just takes the stun effect from the fantastic success? Because he would
I
take
would
that.
rather give you the
Okay.
damage.
Okay, that's cool.
It's a fantastic success though, so I get that.
No, I'm okay with just giving him the damage. That's fine.
Okay. So then 35 plus 2, 37 damage to him right now. A giant hit. Your energy just completely overwhelms the sphere. You see the sphere, it's like this white crackling energy, and it begins to shrink and shrink until it becomes his size. And you can see it begin to crush him, and he just kind of contorts until the energy erupts in a big flash. And you can tell you really hurt him with this attack. And then it's your turn again, I believe, right?
Yep. So I continue with my movement action to set up my blink barrage, and I'm gonna try once again to spatially lock him down to give everybody a better opportunity to hit him now that his elemental sphere is down. I'll try one more time.
Oh, wait, Jericho, I'm sorry. Before you do that, this is after your first turn ends.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you all see that there are two other people that begin to run into this room from the hallway that you all entered from. They must have come out of one of the rooms nearby. You see a purifier and Mr. Reisman, the chief of security from the Stryker Institute, come barreling in. The purifier is dressed the same way as before. He's got the robe on and he's got that electric stun gun. Mr. Reisman, however, is wearing purifier clothing, but he's got a bit more armor. You can tell he's got body armor underneath, and he's just wielding an assault gun. And you can see that he's got a belt with multiple sidearms as well. They come running in. However, because the water is there, we're going to say they can't do anything more but run in the room before Wraith gets to go again at the top of the round.
I just want to ask.
Sorry
so
about that. Yeah.
They can use multiple actions, but I can't grab a shark, and they had no idea it was happening.
No, they rolled fantastic successes on their initiative, so that's why they get to go in that first round.
Okay.
That's what I put the
Okay.
0.5 on the initiative tracker for.
Just saying, real cool. Your guys are running down the hallway. I'm trying to grapple and throw a shark. Hey, sorry,
You
Ray.
can still get the shark on your turn. Wraith.
Very good point.
It's
Very
back to your
good point. Okay, so Wraith sees them coming in, right?
Yes, it's
Okay, so
clearly
now
visible.
now that there's multiple people, he's not going to screw around with trying to just slow Forge down. He's just going to go for the big hit. So instead, he's going to use his signature attack on him and strike out again with this spatial singularities. Forming him inside his body and tearing parts of his matter away. All right. It's not a fantastic success this time. Well, actually, I get a reroll. I'm going to reroll that metal die.
Jeff, this game has brought out such the troll in you. And honestly, I really love it. I really do.
I'm having so much fun. You have no idea.
I got a 20 to hit Forge, and it is a fantastic success now.
Easily hits. Yeah,
Okay.
you only needed a 12 on that.
To hit Forge is agility defense?
His agility is a 12. That's
shit.
rules as written there. He does have
Okay.
damage reduction 1.
Okay. So then the damage multipliers by 5 instead of 6. So that's
What a brag.
36 times 2, 72 points of damage then instead of 84.
Okay. 84 would have knocked him out. 72 does not. Go ahead and describe what this looks like. You are feeding him within an inch of consciousness.
So what happens is you see the glow around Jericho's hands, and you see Forge start to shake and scream as matter is literally translated out of his body and into open space around him. It's just like a cloud of blood and viscera forms around him that used to be organs and things like that he's just shredding away, teleporting out of his body.
And the water that he's standing in begins to run red with the blood that is drenched out of him. And he's still conscious, he's still alive, but he is so severely injured right now. And you can tell there's a look of fear on his face. This has turned very, very quickly. And you had the sense that there was this confidence in him because he knew you were coming. He knew that Reisman and the Purifiers were nearby. It's quickly gone to fear. He's very much lost that sense of confidence.
Well, he's a traitor. And so for my second standard action of my turn, I'm going to hit him again.
Do it.
I'm going to join Forge. I think Wraith is the real enemy here.
All right, I'm going to use my edge to re-roll.
So broken. Oh god!
Like you aren't.
I did not get a
one
fantastic
action.
success.
I don't get to go 50 times before everybody else, and he does the same amount of damage as me, and I put all my points into it and the same conditions on top of it. This game is broken.
I want to get into this right now, but we should talk
Read the
later
book
about the
better.
spider powers because they're very, very interesting.
Yeah. I got a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
20 hit. His multiplier is got damage reduction by 1, so that takes it down to times 5. So that's 25 plus 6, 31 points of damage.
And that takes him down. Go ahead and describe it for us.
It's the same thing. You see Forge there's just so much damage to his internal organs and his skeleton that he just, after that last attack, he just kind of collapses from just massive internal damage.
And that's exactly it. He falls into the water. The water is almost knee high right now. So he just collapses and he kind of sinks and he begins to bob a little bit. You can't really tell if he's dead or not, but he is down. There's no way he's coming back to fight right now. That brings us to Matthew Reisman, who lifts up his gun now that he's in the room and just begins spraying. And he is casting.
Reaction.
He is.
Elemental sphere.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what do you
your
expect?
sphere would be able to reach everyone right now.
Yep.
So he's doing weapons blazing. It doesn't matter. He blazes away at 2 foes at once. Your sphere can easily contain everyone. So let's go ahead and get his attack here real quick. So that's 25 damage. So I believe that breaks through your sphere then, right?
Yes, mine is 20 minimum. So yeah.
Okay. So he just begins spraying this assault rifle. Go ahead and describe how your earth comes up and deflects it, but it does break.
So in this sort of metal cement block, it's not really dirt, but actually the cement itself that has to break apart. And because we're all covered in water right now and Ashfall's on the ground, she just like claps her hands together, grabs the ground under the water and pulls up, and this cement mud almost creating a new cement solid barrier around to be shattered by the bullets. Everyone.
And as that is happening, you see this concrete come up and it just begins to break and shatter and chip away. And you see that there are more purifiers filing in from this hallway as well. The purifier that had the fantastic success gets to go now. The rest of them will not get to go this turn because they're trying to push through this water. It's very difficult to get into the room. This first purifier is going to attempt to elemental prison on Wraith. He can create a cage of electricity. His stun gun directs towards Wraith. You are within line of sight. I don't believe you can blink past his behind him. What is your distance on that?
30 spaces.
Oh, you absolutely could. If you want to blink into the hallway, you'll be able to blink where he cannot see you.
I blink behind him.
Yeah. So the electricity shoots out through this room and it goes to contain Wraith, who just did so much damage to Forge. And before the electricity even reaches him, Wraith is gone. The rest of you can't even see him. He's so far down the hallway right now. That brings us to Stranglehold.
Yeah. So Stranglehold, how far away is the nearest person from me?
Like 5 spaces, not far at all. You didn't. You did get further across the room. 5 spaces.
Okay. Can I try to grapple the shark now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Melee.
We can count this as part of an attack if you would like.
I'm
So
not
whatever
attacking the
attack you're
shark.
doing, you're doing with the shark. Make the attack, and then the shark will
I'm
give you an
trying to
edge on it.
grapple. I'm literally just trying to grab him.
You're going to easily be able to get a shark. It's in this shallow water. It can't swim away from you right now. I'm going to give you the shark for free, and it'll give you an edge on whatever attack you're making with it.
Okay, I want to try to beat the closest person, and I don't really care if they're on my team, honestly, with this shark.
All right, so Bijou is closest to you. Otherwise, it's it's probably Reisman.
Okay, so I will try to. I want to just basically. What do I want to do? Yeah. So. You see, I'm torn because this is fun. I'm beating a guy with a shark, but it is literally not an effective way for me to attack because it doesn't trigger any combos. But I'm going to do it anyway. And so I'm going to attack with it.
Take the edge for
with
the
the
shark.
shark. I don't need it. I just rolled an ultimate fantastic right off the back. Look at
Sweet.
You did not. You rolled 666.
I absolutely did. No, it's 616.
616. I'm sorry.
Yep. 616.
Good on you.
Thank you, Norse Foundry. So the grand total is, if that matters, is 24. So
24.
I'm just 24 to hit.
With the is time 3 for the ultimate success as
just-
well, right?
I'm just doing to hit. I haven't even done.
Oh, yeah,
damage or
sorry.
anything yet.
I keep doing the damage. His agility, melee would be 14, so you easily hit.
Okay, so then the damage.
For those following along in the audience, I'm using the crossbones stat block for this guy.
So I'm doing just a regular attack. I'm trying to see, what do you get for a regular attack? I think it's just double damage. Okay.
Triple
so
for
then-
the ultimate, I believe.
I think that's
If
our
not, that's how we're
house
Sounds
rule.
right.
That's not like an actual in-game thing. Okay. So
You can take the double damage and have a special effect then, or you can do triple. Your choice.
42. Triple damage would be 126 points of damage. So let's just go
Nice.
ahead and go with that.
Crossbones
Who's-
has 90 health
Who's
with
having
0
sushi?
damage reduction. Go ahead and describe how this shark is taking Crossbones out.
I don't know how big the shark is, but I'm going
It's a
to
great
presume
white, juvenile great
it-
white.
Oh, excellent. It's my favorite kind. So I'm just going to wrap my hand around, and then I'm just going to lift it, and I'm going to just slide it right over top of him. Like I'm just putting like a solo cup over a ping pong ball or something like that. And that's just all it is.
His gun is blazing as the shark just begins chopping down, and it just you're easing Reisman right into its gullet. You can tell immediately because you're going from the top that as soon as the shark bites his head, he's dead. The shark continues biting. The gun continues blasting as his reflexes pull down on the trigger until the clip is emptied. Bullets are flying all over this room. But eventually the shark gets all the way to the bottom, and there's just a pair of boots left sticking out of this water and just chum everywhere. Anything else on your turn?
Catchphrase. And then that is my turn.
Bro, that was so awesome.
What? Oh, thanks.
Ashfall, it's your turn.
Ashfall stands up.
That's the end of her turn.
God damn it. Water sucks. It's not my element. She'll like look over and yell at Prodigy, did you eat his brain? Did he have an information on time travel that you caught?
The shark ate his brain.
Okay. Guys, we might need to fish the head out of the shark. And then I'm gonna kind of run over. Actually, hold on to the shark right now, Stranglehold. And I'm going to slam my hands on the ground right below Stranglehold's feet and cause slightly flavored differently fastball special where I am firing Stranglehold at the 4 remaining pacifiers.
What?
All right.
Wait,
So
the shark? You don't want me to let go? Okay.
No, hold on.
What are you
and
doing?
and the shark and Stranglehold and the remains of Reisman.
the concrete underneath you just begins shooting you forward, Stranglehold, as you're looking back. Wait, what? And you and the shark just go flying forward. You can spend a reaction here to make another attack if you'd like.
Sure. Let's see. So I'm doing fastball special, ally throws. I make a close attack at the enemy they were thrown or fired at. So just
I got a
one of
16
these.
on my agility check just so that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Go for it.
All right. Well, I am 2/3 of the way to another ultimate fantastic, actually. So I'm going to use my edges. Nope. No, I don't get it. I do have a fantastic. It is going to be a total of, what is that? 23 to hit. Fantastic.
So fantastic doubles it, but the fastball special is already doubled. No, fastball special. If it's a fantastic success, you take triple damage. That's not a house roll. That's as written. So you're doing triple damage here, and purifiers do
damage.
not have a damage reduction.
It's the same damage as before.
Okay, these guys have even less health than before. So go ahead and describe how you're taking out one of these purifiers.
So, I feel like me and the shark have bonded, and I've imprinted upon the baby great white, and I sling it forward. And I like to think that Forge, this is all happening in his head as he's traveling through the air, wasn't treating this shark correctly, wasn't feeding them properly. So he just turns and slings the shark around. So he's out front, big old teeth ready to go, and just tries to feed him another purifier. It's like, that's a good boy. Who's a good boy?
Forge was at least giving him water to breathe.
What? Sharks don't breathe water. What? Did you go to? What are you talking about? We were at like a college, and you'd think sharks breathe water?
This is one of the purifiers that just was able to get into the room. He's
all
sloshing
happening,
through this water.
Very long.
And he was really looking where he's stepping more than anything. And he's trying as quickly as he can to get in this room. And he looks up there's this juvenile great white flying at him, and he just instinctively raises his arm up to push it away, and the shark engulfs the arm and goes down and just bites, cleaving off the arm and a big chunk of his torso. Definitely cut the carotid. You see that there's just blood gushing out as the shark lands with a thud. It barrels through him, lands on the other side of him. I'm going to say that it's actually going to cause trouble to the purifiers behind him as well, having a shark in their way to get in the room. And this guy is just dying, bleeding out in the water.
Smile, you son of a bitch. Catchphrase.
Keep working on it.
What?
Workshop it a little bit more.
Smile, you son of a bitch. Smile, you son of a bitch.
Bijou, there are still 3 purifiers. 2 of them are really struggling to get in the room as there's a juvenile great white blocking this hallway. What are you doing?
Okay, so Bijou wants to shoot. Am I at least 20 spaces away, or am I closer than that?
You'd probably be closer than 20 spaces.
Okay, so no sniping. No sniping. I will try.
No sniping.
Suppressive fire instead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 15 to hit.
15 on these purifiers. You only need a 12.
Okay. And then
That's against their vigilance, right?
yes, it is.
Okay. 13 anyways. So you're good.
Okay. So sorry, math. So then the damage is 25 damage.
25 to their focus, right? Because of suppressive fire.
Correct.
Right.
And they are now that one is now stunned for 1 round.
You're able to target more than one person, correct? Oh no. Suppressive fire
A
forces their
targets.
foes. Okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood the ability. Yeah, so the next one that's coming in the room was already struggling to get through, but you have that energy blast flying through, and it's all he avoid it. He's stressed out from the shark already there, and then as soon as he takes a step forward to jump over it, there are energy blasts, and he just falls backwards in the water, landing on the body of this shark with the jaws that are like just trying to reach around and grab him, and he's doing everything he can to keep away from it right now. He has fallen. He is stunned. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. And that brings us to Wraith. So there are 2 guys in the hallway here. One of them is stunned. One of them is waiting on the other guy to get through the hallway, and you are behind both of them.
So there's just the 2 that are in the hallway, and then there's one.
Just the 2 in the hallway. There's one more in the room.
Okay. So the one who is not stunned, who I'm assuming I obviously saw the other guy get, fall back prone and get
Absolutely.
stunned.
It's right in front of you.
So once again, you see Wraith kind of step outside of time, and to everybody else, it looks like he's moving really fast, and he starts blinking around. So I set up blink barrage as my movement. The one who is not stunned, I am going to attempt to lock down spatially. So that's the flavored web casting on him.
Right. And this guy does not have the elemental sphere to protect him or any other reaction that would help him.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting good results.
He does have elemental protection, actually, but I think we decided that webcasting is a little finicky there. I'm not going to do it for this guy. He's a grunt.
Okay. I got a 20 with a fantastic success.
That goes through.
So he is pinned and paralyzed. So he has trouble on trying to get free, but he can use his reaction to try to escape. He's got to get a
Okay.
20 melee check, but he's got trouble on it.
20 melee. He's going to do great at this. Rolled a 17.
Okay. So
you said he has
is-
trouble too?
Yeah, he's got trouble on that.
Doesn't
So
matter. It goes even
doesn't
lower
matter.
then.
Yeah. So he is pinned and paralyzed, and then on the one that's stunned, I will, start to spatially, tear parts of him away. My flavored venom blast. I got an 18 to hit.
18 hits easily.
Do they have any damage reduction?
They do not.
Okay, that's 36 points of damage.
36. Okay. So this guy is so desperate to fend off the shark. The shark's not very mobile right now. It is just lying on the ground in a couple inches of water, but it's still a shark, a giant great white shark. Juveniles are still 10 feet long, and its jaws are reaching back, and he's just doing everything he can to push away, and he's the perfect target for you. And you just start rending him apart. And regardless of the shark actually getting him, there is blood in the water as he doesn't even know what hits him. What was the total on that again?
36.
36. Sorry, I should have done the math first. And he's very injured, but he's not out yet.
I will
and that
save
brings
my
us
reactions.
to the purifier that is in the room. And he's going to rush forward to Stranglehold, who is throwing sharks around. And he's going to attempt to...
I'll not.
That's all you say to him as he's rushing forward. Whoa.
Stranglehold, you want me to stop it?
Stop it. No, I'm fine. Can't
Okay.
hurt me. I'll just
he's going
feed
to
him to
attempt to-
Prince here.
Elementally grab you. So he holds out his stun gun, and that electricity goes towards shocking you, attempting to make a melee ego attack against your melee defense. What is your
Okay.
melee?
37, 16.
16. Crap, he does not have an edge on this, and god damn it, my luck is so bad. I can't roll above a
why I
2.
don't use elemental grab very often.
So I rolled a 9.
Is it really?
That's great.
Is it really like melee? It's not like an ego defense.
Ego attack against melee defense because it's a
Yeah.
grab.
Ah, gotcha.
So his ego attack was a 9.
Yeah.
So go ahead and describe how this electricity either passes through you. You added the shark into Foundry.
His name is Prince, dude. Come on, man. I'm taking him with us. He's part of the
go
team
ahead.
now.
Right, what happens, you bastard?
So yeah, he comes at me. He's going through whatever. Like, hey, isn't that what like, sort of like what you do, Ashfall? And then while he's not even like, just no look, and he just sort of bends his body as the guy reaches out or shoots out to try to get the elemental thing, just
I
nonchalantly.
find it a bit weak, so I don't like to do it very often.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, did you go
Yeah.
yet, dude? You done? Prince is hungry.
The electricity shoots past you, hits Ashfall in the shoulder, but it's fine.
All right.
That takes us to the Purifier, who is stunned and being rended by Wraith. Stun just lasts for the round, so he cannot go this round. And he will just be attempting to get away from the shark with Bijou's energy blast keeping him pinned. And that brings us to Stranglehold.
Okay, how many dudes are around me? And should I roll initiative for Prince?
No initiative for Prince. There's one dude around you and 2 in the hallway.
Okay.
You can easily reach the ones in the hallway, but it'll require a movement action.
How far away are they? Like
A couple steps, 2 spaces.
okay. Well, if it's 2 spaces, I can reach them now since I have.
Okay.
I do
Mr.
have 4
Stretchy
for
Pants.
each. Okay. You're the one who wouldn't let me grapple Princey right off the bat. But hey. Okay, the dude right next to me, he's not interesting to me. I'm like, okay, dude, you tried really hard. I'm proud of you. One sec, I'm gonna go beat up your dudes. And so me and Prince I'm gonna just start moving down. As I move, my legs obviously get a little bit longer, so I can close the distance. It's just my move action, basically. And then I'm going to, because I have extra limbs, so I'm assuming one of these limbs is wrapped around Prince to help guide him. And then I think with the other one, I'm going to attempt to, what haven't I done?
Take an edge for the shark.
Let's do a grappling technique as I'm trying to basically grapple him and the other. And then I want to do like the Wash from Firefly thing and just be like, "Durr, durr, durr," with Prince in one hand and your purifier guy in the other.
Is this the smash heads that you're talking
A
about?
leaf on the wind.
Your melee attacks automatically hit.
Oh, on this guy?
Because he's paralyzed and pinned.
All right, so I just have to. I'm just rolling to see if I get like fantastic or whatever, right? All right. It's a good start. I do in fact get a fantastic, but not an ultimate fantastic.
Did you take the edge?
Did I get an extra one?
You got an edge for the shark, I said.
Okay, so I have one more shot then to see if I can get my ultimate fantastic. Come on. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. I'm taking the picture. I really did.
Thank you,
My
Norse Foundry.
my brand new Norse Foundry dice.
Eric
knows. Eric knows how to lay out the, the right.
Yeah,
the
send
right.
us
You
the
say
right
that,
dice.
but as much as I love my Norse Foundry dice, they're incredibly pretty. I roll like shit, so I don't think it has anything to do with that.
My
be
Norse
fair-
Foundry Blades in the Dark dice never fail me. Never fail me.
Steven,
Jeff
I'm pretty
rolls
sure
the Blades in the
all
Dark
of
dice
your
pretty well, too.
Fail you.
That's true. That's true.
I just dropped. Okay, so this is grappling technique. So what this basically does, is he is now grabbed on a fantastic success. He's going to take double damage and is also pinned. Are we keeping that house rule with ultimate fantastic, or are we just kind of
do the triple?
All right.
If you're above 60, you're getting him.
Then for the third time, that is going to be 126 points of damage.
Okay, so that's double.
Over double.
One of the YouTube comments did tell us that if you want to actually kill someone, you have to get their max damage in the negative. So like if they have 60 hit points, you have to get them to negative 60 to actually kill them. I've been house ruling that if you get to 0 with a goon, it doesn't matter. However, in one hit, you've taken them from max health to over their max and negative. That's beyond a kill.
And then I pull the hand out and I'm like, where'd he go? Oh, dude, your breath, Prince. Jeez. And then I want to, and then I think is he dead? So if I pull out a piece of him, can I still use my reaction? Because like my reaction
written, he's
triggers.
dead.
Okay, my reaction triggers on a grapple, so
He's
fine, go ahead and nerf
grappled.
me.
He's a dead body, but he's grappled.
okay. Oh, okay, cool. So then, this whole time, by the way, Prince could have made attempts to try to break my grapple on him. So if you wanted to do that, it's fine.
Prince is not attempting to break your grapple.
I don't think so. I think we're buddies now. And so then I'm just gonna throw the body, the now like half-eaten body, at the other guy standing next to him. Is that okay? It's my reaction.
This is the guy that's not actually standing. He's stunned because he was trying to get away from Prince already. He's already very much injured.
So you only need a 10 to hit him.
Oh, good, because this is an agility test because I'm throwing. Actually, no, wait, it's a melee attack. Yeah, it's a melee attack for me.
Oh, melee's automatically hit.
Hang on a second. So enemy picks grab melee tip.
Maybe not.
Prone.
Is this the spin and throw that you're doing?
This is spin and throw, and either way, the character can move the enemy to any space within reach. So no, it would attack him. It would attack the guy. The damage is done to the guy that has already taken damage. It's not to the target.
Oh, okay.
So never mind. Yeah, I'll hang on to my reaction then.
Regardless, he's still terrified by these limbs and chunks of body parts that are flying upon him from thrashing about with you, tossing it.
Yeah, I have a shark weapon that I can carry because I can carry a house, and I can extend my arm, extra reach, and so if he tries to run away, like I can just extend it. So, just can help Prince.
Someone Google how long a great white can go without water. Ashfall,
All I can see is a Super Pets episode of Gregor and Prince Shark hanging out causing trouble.
Honestly, that would be great. We'll do that as a one shot.
Prince was first of his class in fish school.
Ashfall, you're up. Save us here.
Right. Let's ignore that little bit right there. Pretend like it wasn't said.
Fish school.
So, nope. That's not. You're not saying that. No, I don't hear anything. I'm. I would like to take
What are we doing?
I'd like to take like a 5-foot step back. It looks like Forge's body. I just want to check to make sure he's dead or unconscious, and maybe we might be able to stabilize him.
Forge. You take a step back and you'll see that he's not. I'm not going to cost you an action on this. You're going to see that he's unconscious. He's dying, but he's not dead yet, and there's a chance you could save him.
Mostly dead.
I know bits of him were ripped out. Okay, so there's enough of him alive. Great. I'm going to make a cement bandage around him so he's kind of also stuck, but also, the bleeding has pressure on it.
Okay. We'll call that let's go logic on that.
Ego?
Oh no, it's your ego because it's your power. I'll give you ego.
Yes, thank you.
And we're going to say challenging 10 plus your rank, so 13.
Can I take okay, actually, that's fine. I rolled a 17 on my ego check as I cement him to the floor/wall enough that his head is out of the water.
Yeah. Your concrete kind of raises him up out of the water. The water spills out over and begins dripping down. It rolls him a bit as well. He's on his side now. You realize he was on his stomach. He was underwater. But now he's on his side and he begins coughing violently. He's definitely unconscious. This is a subconscious thing where he's coughing, spitting up some of this water, and you use your concrete to stabilize him as best you can. This is not a precise science using concrete to create a medical bed, but you're doing the best you can, and you have quite a bit of control over your powers now, so you're doing a pretty good job as well. You feel fairly confident that he'll be okay at least for a few minutes.
Is there any chance that Elixir and Prodigy can get over there by Forge?
I think they're both next to me because I haven't really been moving and I've been yelling at Prodigy. Prodigy, I've got a brain. You can eat it now. I got it out of the water for you.
We have said that you can use Elixir as an action in combat. So you're spending an action to pull him up. We can say Kipser comes forward and begins rushing to help Forge.
Only help him a little bit. Like, you don't full help him.
Not full help, just a little help.
Just like enough that he's not dying right now, and your friend can eat his brain. You know.
All right, so like we want him on the bench, but we don't want him playing.
Yeah.
I got you. And he puts both hands on Forge, and you can see that like the wounds are beginning to heal. You can see a lot of them closing up and things like that. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I will hold on because mostly I will use my right. Oh, well, no. Everyone's going to be dead. I'm not. They're fine. Look at the shark in there.
All right. And that brings us to Bijou. Poor Bijou, who always rolls so poorly on initiative. What are you doing?
Do the same thing as last time. See if I can do suppressive fire on one of the purifiers to make it easier for somebody else to take them out.
Yes. Do you want to go on the one that's very injured or the one that's near stranglehold? The one in the hallway is the injured one in the hallway is the one you did before. And the one near stranglehold hasn't actually been hit yet, but he also completely missed stranglehold at point blank range.
I will see if I can be useful and go after the one that I already did a little bit too.
All right.
Holy crap. That's a 1, a 1, and a 1.
Also, you're going to get an edge because he's prone. Sorry, I was saying that, but I was muted.
Okay. And I'm shooting. So does that...
His agility defense is 12. So if that helps you at all or not.
Is a 1, a 1, and a 1 like a crit fail or something that I can't reroll?
One of those ones counts as a 6.
Oh, that's right.
Because it's the Marvel die. So you're actually at an 8 plus your modifier right now.
But I have an edge.
With an edge, yeah. So
Okay.
8 plus 5. So you already hit.
Yeah, I'm good.
With a fantastic success. So you don't even need the edge.
Okay. So suppressive fire, and it's vigilance defense because I'm doing suppressive fire.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is 13. So you're good.
Okay, so any damage taken is applied to the target's focus instead. So that is and I keep forgetting this. So it's 6 plus 1 is 7 times 4 is 28 plus 5 is 33.
33. And are you including the double because it's a fantastic success?
No. 66.
He had literally 65 focus left. So you are knocking him unconscious. He's demoralized, basically, is how the rules say this. So you're taking him out. Go ahead and describe between the shark and Wraith behind him and your energy blasts. How are you demoralizing him?
So Bijou has just really just been kind of standing in one place. Because there's like all of these moving things happening around her. And so she's just kind of standing still. And so she's just, kind of suppressive fire is just kind of, shooting at their head, trying to just kind of make them duck around and thinking that they're not really paying too much attention to her. Because clearly there's other people doing a whole heck of a lot more damage and a shark. And so it just kind of like hits him on the side. He's not quite paying attention.
And with the demoralized, it says that he has trouble on all action checks from now on. He also can't take any actions that require focus cost, which are most of his stun abilities. So exactly like you described, all those energy blasts are going. They hit him in the head and he just can't focus. And he's just scrambling about. And you can tell that he's kind of like lost. Like he's kind of disassociated from the situation. And he's still moving and trying to like fight, but it's a very primal sort of survival type situation. He's not thinking clearly. He's not being strategic about anything. He's just whatever is in front of him in the moment is what he's trying to resolve. I think Prince is still near him. So he's like just kicking out at him rather than actually doing anything useful in this to help his situation.
And he's also now stunned for 1 round.
And he's stunned. You're right. So he's just completely gone for the turn. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. That brings us to Wraith. You see this one guy directly in front of you is the one that Bijou just hit. He's demoralized. He's stunned. He's just completely dazed and out of it. He's not, you can tell he's not a threat. And then there is another guy in the room. You would know he's there. You can't see him from where you are, but that one has not been hit yet.
Okay. So for my movement action, I'll set up my blink barrage so I'm porting in and out and around. And when I get into the room, I will then target the one who has not been hit yet with trying to spatially lock him down. So using the web casting again to try to stop him.
His agility defense is 12.
These poor little peons.
I got a 16 at the moment, but I'm gonna re-roll my Marvel dice to see if I can get a
when I made these purifiers, you all were rank 2 as well. They're rank 2. And I'm like, these guys can pack a punch. These guys will be tough. And
when are they going to do that?
Was I? Maybe next campaign when I never let you get past rank 1.
18.
That's smart.
18 hits.
Okay. And for damage, it's 4 times 6, 12, 24, 30 points of damage. Oh, no, it's a web. Sorry. So he is paralyzed, but he has the opportunity to break free if he wants.
Which he will use his reaction to attempt.
It's melee 20.
And he rolled an 11.
Okay. So then, since he is paralyzed, I will use my second action to try to once again begin to tear, part of his biomass away using teleportation, which is the Venom Blast attack.
Go for it.
It's my signature. I got a 5, 4, 6, so I'm going to use my edge to re-roll the
I hope
4
you made enough for
Marvel
everyone,
die.
Kipser.
Enough to share with the class.
Did not get a fantastic success, but I did get a 6 on the Marvel die, so now it's a 5, 6, 6, so a 23 in total to hit with the Venom Blast.
Easily hits.
For 42 points of damage.
It's not enough to kill him, but it does quite a bit. This guy had yet to be hit, and you're just tearing him apart. Like you said, just rending him. You see his organs begin failing. There's cuts and bruises. Blood just begins gushing out, staining his purifier robes. That white cross turns a dark crimson. The water at your feet is beginning to reside as it begins to flow down the hallway. It's not flowing as quickly through the aquarium as it was out of the burst aquarium as it was before, but there's still a very dark crimson puddle beneath him. Those are your two actions, right? Did you have anything else?
Yep. Nope. He's paralyzed. I'm going to hold off. My move action is still the blink barrage. I'm going to hold onto my reactions.
All right. So we have a paralyzed guy right here. We're going to say he's attempting to get through, but he's not going to be able to. Rolled a 15 to try and break free with his action. And then that takes us to the stunned purifier, who can't even take an action right now. He's demoralized and stunned, thanks to Bijou. And that brings us to Stranglehold. How are you mopping us up here?
Okay, so there's just the dude next to me, and then Wraith's got the other one taken care of, so this is the guy who missed me, right?
The guy that missed you is the one that was just hit by Wraith. The guy in the hallway is the one that is stunned by Bijou.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean,
they're both very injured.
Yeah, I'll just. I'm just going to attack. I'll just attack the one next to me. There's no reason to overthink this. I'll just do a standard attack too. I'm not even going to burn the focus to do a grapple. So yeah. They attack. Let me use my edge.
12 melee defense.
Okay. That is a total of 17 to hit. Not a good roll, but I did get a
11
6.
does not hit.
17? What?
7 does not hit, no.
Enough with your gaslighting, Steven. Steven the gas. I'm going to change out narrator for gaslighter. I did get a 6 on my Marvel die, though. So, not a fantastic. So this is not a fantastic.
Not
just
a
an
fantastic.
actual 6. So that's a
I was just saying it was a good roll.
42 points of damage.
How are you taking this guy out?
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna walk up to him. I've got my left arm extended like a leash, bringing Prince along with me, and I'm just gonna come on, okay. And then I'm just gonna punch the guy. That's it. Really simple. Just boom. I'm just gonna do like I'm gonna hold up. My arm's gonna move up, kind of like a cobra. It's gonna like just move around right in front of him.
You see his eyes are following,
and then poof, really fast, right in the face.
And he goes down.
Got a little flair with stuff, Prince. A little flair. It's all good, dude.
Bro, don't forget your catchphrase.
Oh, right. Catchphrase. Right. Oh, crap. No, wait. Smile, you son of a... Damn it. God. Wait, dude, wake up so I can hit you again.
It's all right, bro. You'll get him next time.
All right. Alsta.
Ashfall, it's your turn.
What?
Jesus. Okay. For some reason, I keep getting distracted. I'm just gonna shoot an elemental burst at one of the dudes that is left. It's ranged.
He's stunned, so at least take an edge. If I think it's only melee that gets automatic hits, so take an edge.
Cool. I will definitely do that. All right. So that is elemental burst. Line of sight, inflict damage on a attack. Okay, so make a ranged attack. It's been so long since I've done this because I just usually block damage. I'll reroll that dice. Nope, didn't work. Reroll. 18.
18 hits easily. They have 12 agility.
Awesome. So that is going to be. Does he have any damage reduction?
He does not.
Nice. Okay. That is roll damage. 19 damage.
How are you going to do this, Kipser?
Oh, just like this cement block rises out of the water behind me, and I throw it forward, and it just like smashes him in the face, and he falls down in a sad pile of
He
wet
is
cement.
so discoherent and shocked from Bijou blasting at him, the shark coming at him. He got hit in the head with one of these energy blasts, completely dazed and stunned him. Wraith was right behind him, decided to just teleport past and focus on someone who was still active. And as soon as Wraith teleports out of the way, you see your moment and you pull out this concrete block and it just gets thrown across the room, hits him across the torso. You see him fly back. You see the concrete block continue going, leaving a little bit of a red stain with each bump that it bounces across this hallway through this water. You do not see the purifier stand up again. That brings us out of combat. Elixir is doing his best to help Forge. Prodigy is kind of panicking from all this fighting. He's not combat trained. He picks up a couple skills from just being around you all, but he's still not confident in that manner. And once he sees things begin to die down, he's like, okay, I'll get on the computer.
No,
with
the
Forge
brain.
first.
Get on the brain.
Figure out how to get these anklets off of us. Sync with Forge so we can get these anklets off. And
I mean, I'm
find
near
the time
Forge, so
travel.
I'm already going to get everything he knows. I just have to be near him.
You can
Get it done then, kid.
Okay. You can tell he's very disoriented. Not disoriented. He's very uncomfortable with this situation. He was in high school just a couple days ago. And while it was a boarding school against his will, it was still a high school. He was still going to class every day. Now he's been chased at by Tyrannosaurus Rexes. He's had purifiers shooting at him with assault guns. There has been a shark thrown around.
Stranglehold's going to extend his arm and he's going to rest one of his hands on the guy's shoulder. Hey, I know, man. It's been a lot, right? It's been a lot. You were in a place that was like a prison, but also kind of cool at times. And now like things are crazy. But look at Prince. Same thing. He was trapped in that aquarium for who knows how long. And now look at him. Now he's open and free and adapting. You can do that too, man. We're all counting on you.
I think he's dying. Stranglehold.
No, he's
I think
fine.
he's dying.
He's fine. Shut up.
All right.
You can do this, man.
Prince's jaws is just flapping limply. Okay.
Bijou finds
I can do this.
like a trash can or something because the room flooded with water.
Yes.
So Bijou's like taking like a trash can and just like dumping water on top of Prince.
Yeah, you find a trash can and you just start dumping. And occasionally you have to like dump a little bit out of guts or blood or maybe a bit of concrete that you scooped up. But there's still plenty of salt water that you're just dumping onto the gills of this thing as the jaws are limply going at it. Stranglehold, surprisingly, your words of encouragement do seem to help him.
Why is that surprising?
Prodigy
That's
is
a good speech.
Very intelligent person, but it's comforting to know that there's just a regular high school kid around, and it kind of grounds him a little bit. And he starts to get to work as best he can as Bijou is trying to save Prince. It's going to take him a couple minutes to try and figure out whatever's in this computer, what he can. Is there anything you all want to be doing in the meantime?
One, I'm going to strip
nothing
Forge
directly.
of all of his technology. Anything on him that he could use or manipulate with his mutant abilities. Just strip all that shit off of him.
Give me a logic check and take a edge here. And it's not going to be the type of thing you fail, but it's just going to be how much you understand of what he's using.
Okay. Thank God I get an edge because that's a pretty shitty roll. A 12.
12. Okay.
Which is
like I
better
told
than
you
the
before,
7 I had before.
his spandex suit became a control panel as he started using it. The suit itself appears to be very high tech, but you have no idea how to understand it or control it or anything like that. The best you can do is just start shredding the suit off him. You find some scissors nearby and just start cutting it to pieces. It's actually very difficult to cut, but once you find like a spot that was already torn from where you got it, you use that weakness to continue cutting, and it begins to shred a bit easier that way, and you're able to sort of strip him down to his waist of this suit. As you're cutting through it, you can see that there is some sort of very high-tech like nano weave going on. Obviously you don't have a microscope to see it, but you can see there's something about this fabric that it seems like an electrical conduit. This is just technology that is beyond your comprehension even. You know, it's not just that you're 20 years behind the times, it's that this technology is 20 years in the future.
Yeah, he's a super genius. I don't stop at his waist. I strip him completely out of that suit. He didn't have anything left on when I'm done.
Okay.
I don't trust this man at all.
You completely get everything off him that you can, even his headband. You take it off. His hair is just lying down. It's kind of the tips of it are still hitting the water a little bit, and he's still imprisoned with Ashfall's concrete here. And Ashfall can kind of manipulate that to make it easier on you to strip it. And then by the time you're done, you have him pinned again in this concrete, rised up a little bit so that he's almost in a standing position, making it easier for Elixir to work on him and just make sure that he stays alive. Elixir is also able to keep him comatose in a way. He's able to manipulate him into staying unconscious. So until you guys decide differently, Elixir's going to keep him that way. After a few minutes of this, you do hear an "oh no" from Prodigy going through the computer. With Forge nearby, he's able to use muscle memory to get into the passwords. And then once he's into the database, it's just very simple, just searching for the right things. He starts searching for different sorts of projects. Not all of them are easily accessed. Forge appears to have very wide access in this database. And it does appear that there's a supercomputer at his disposal. But what really surprises Prodigy here is when he reaches a file called Project Rockslide, which you all would remember Rockslide being Santos, who helped you escape. Apparently, Project Rockslide is a new project, and it is scheduled to be delivered tonight, this very evening, to the Church of Human Potential, formerly known as Madison Square Gardens.
No.
already here.
You deserve the
These
S
Jews.
for all the sharks.
What is the project though? What's it detailed?
He tries to delve in a little bit more, and it's a new project that's just being delivered. There's no actual data on it right now, but there is a proposal. It appears to be some sort of armor project, a project that is somehow related to Project Predator X, an attempt to create a very durable armor that can be genetically grown to protect their predators.
I feel like that means that they're going to kill him and take his skin. Is that just me?
Yeah. I mean, no. Yeah, I agree.
From there, he
That's-
begins searching through Project Predator X a bit more thoroughly, and he sees that there are a lot of sub-projects involved in that as well. One of them comes up as Project Mercury, which you all don't really think anything of Mercury, but he immediately recognizes the name. There was a student named Cecily Kincaid who her mutation was that she was organic metal. Her body was organic metal, similar to the consistency of mercury. That was her code name. That's what they called her at school when the teachers weren't around. They called her Mercury. Project Mercury appears to be that when she graduated, after she graduated and left the institute, she was taken here, and her mutation was experimented upon and developed to give the Predator X their metallic skin, similar to what you fought.
Well, I look at Prodigy and Elixir. This is what they were doing with the mutants once they graduated. That couldn't be reintegrated. If they even tried that, which I doubt.
Listen, still the best way to deal with this is back in our own time. Did you find anything on the time travel methods they used and how to get rid of these leg irons that we've got?
I'll keep looking. The main thing that Forge has been working on recently, he's been working on something. It's strange. It's not labeled the same way as the others. It's Project Mighty Hunter. I don't understand it. It has something to do with this supercomputer. They're trying to recreate or create some sort of artificial intelligence. They're modeling it after something else. I don't really understand it.
What are they modeling it after?
Going through. I don't know, something called Nimrod.
That's a weird name. Does that mean anything to you, Wraith?
I mean, we were into some weird stuff at Team X, but nothing like this. Stephen, I don't think I would know anything about.
I don't think you would
Nimrod
either,
project,
considering
so-
Nimrod's from the future.
Listen,
I don't know it
only
either.
thing we can
Even
do is
future of this timeline.
let's wake up Forge a little bit and put some pressure on him to get some answers and get these anklets off us.
Yeah, that sounds more your jurisdiction. I can teleport him to Mojo World and leave him there because he probably Mojo would have some fun with him.
We need information from him.
Fair enough.
Stranglehold will then coil around him, Forge, before he wakes up, and he will keep, obviously, Prince on a leash nearby.
Obviously.
The leash just
He's a
being your
mutant
arm
shark.
that wraps around him.
I mean, obviously, Prince is a mutant shark because Forge would be working on mutant sharks. Because if you could do that, who wouldn't do that, right?
Who wouldn't do that? That is a good point. I'm gonna have to edit my notes here real quick. But you're waking up Forge, and it's easy enough to do. Stranglehold, you have him very secure, along with the concrete slab that Ashfall's brought him up on. You wrap your arm around him, and he is pinned tight. He cannot move, not even a fingertip. When you give him the word, Elixir says, "Okay, I can wake him up. Yeah, I got this." And he kind of puts both hands on Forge's face, and you see a bit of color come back to Forge, and you see his eyes blink up. He didn't tell me this would happen.
Well, obviously he can't see everything, Forge, you traitorous bastard.
Elixir, Prodigy, Bijou, let's step out of the room. Yeah?
Okay. Holler if you need anything.
Yeah.
Bro, shouldn't I be here in case he gets hurt?
No.
What? Oh, okay.
We'll be right outside.
Whatever
You
Steve
guys-
says. I'm not really in charge, dude.
Wraith looks over, he's like, you can stay or you can go. But we're going to get some answers here, one way or the other.
I'm going to get the ones that haven't seen this kind of stuff before out of here.
Elixir steps into the hallway that has no door and just kind of looks back in.
There's
I'll pick
one
up the
there.
door
Just
and
hasn't been
kind of,
installed yet.
Put it back up.
Listen, Forge, out of memory of who you used to be to us before you helped rip us out of time, I'm going to give you a benefit of a doubt and give you an opportunity to come clean on some things. And then maybe you get to walk out of here.
Mr. Wraith, I don't think you understand. You're the mutant.
Stranglehold starts to tighten just to sort of reinforce Wraith's threat. As he starts to, so as the guy starts talking, he just his like an anaconda. Each time you take a breath, he just squeezes a little bit more.
Striker raised me. He's my father.
Don't care. Do not care. You know what they taught us in Team X? We were deep black ops. They taught us you're either an asset or you're dispendable. So are you an asset, or do I teleport your brain into my right hand and walk out of this room?
I wanted to help. I just want to save lives.
Wonderful. You're going to save our lives. You're going to tell me how to get these anklets off us. You're going to tell us where the time traveling technology is. And to throw my friends a bone, you're going to tell us what this deal is with Rockslide.
Sentinels. I've made smaller sentinels that have the time travel technology, but they can only go one direction. I took the technology from Nimrod. He's Stryker's angel, the one where he gives Stryker his visions.
Right. Okay.
I can get the anklets
Nimrod,
off you. I got the tools over there. I can get them off you.
Who or what is Nimrod?
He's an angel, as far as I can tell, a mechanical angel from the future. He came back and he gave Stryker his visions. That's how Stryker has been so successful. He's blessed by God.
So he's a machine.
A machine, yes.
And you're a technopath, so how do we shut it down?
He's a perfect machine.
I don't
Perfect.
care. You were a perfect inventor, and you thought this day was going to end very differently, but clearly it didn't. So what do you know about Nimrod that's going to help us stop him and get back to our own time?
If there is even an inch of Nimrod's programming that survives, his technology that survives, he'll survive. I'm trying to recreate it as best I can. That's what this whole floor is. It's one massive supercomputer of me trying to recreate Nimrod.
And what are the other floors?
Various projects. I take up 3 floors for the supercomputer, and then there are various projects of Strikers that I do and do not have any affiliation with.
Okay. How do we get the anklets off?
That's easy. I've got tools over there. I can cut them off. It's carbonadium. It requires a very fine tip diamond blade. I can do that.
You can tell us how to do it.
I can tell you how to do it.
Excellent.
Wouldn't Prodigy already know how to do it, though?
That's a good point.
Are you lying to us? He starts to
Prodigy's psychic abilities. The the way they work is that he can sort of, if someone has a skill, he can pick it up, but he doesn't necessarily know he has that skill until he tries to apply it.
All right, we'll get
No,
Prodigy in here to do it. That's
Prodigy
fine.
comes in, and he works his way around the tools, and he finds the correct type of blade that can cut through carbonadium, and it's a very high-tech piece of equipment, but at the end of the day, it's a blade, and he's able to cut through the ankle bracelets one by one. Wraith, I assume, as you're still interrogating, you'll probably be the last, but then he starts going through all of you and getting the bracelets off.
All right, the time travel technology. Where's it located? How's it work? Who controls it?
The core of it is in Nimrod, inside him. He's humanoid-esque. He's been injured. I don't have the skills to repair him. I'm trying to create another one. I have no idea how to create him. How can I create another one?
Okay, so it's through Nimrod through Nimrod's ability, that's how these other Sentinels were able to travel into the past and infect everyone.
I was able to copy them, yes, and they only work one way. It's when their ability happens, I have to create them with a specific time in mind. They go back to that time, and then they are only able to return to my present.
Okay. So you're responsible for all this.
I've been able to duplicate some of Nimrod's technology, yes.
So we're going to blow this entire compound up. What's the most efficient way of doing it?
That's literally impossible from an engineering standpoint.
Okay, so it's just going to take a lot of effort. I got you.
What about, like, implosion? Like, collapse it all down on
We're
itself?
surrounded by Earth.
Interesting point. If we destabilize the foundations and we just drop every floor into the basement.
I don't think you understand the scale of what you're asking. These things, ever since 9/11, these types of places have been designed to withstand an impact of a plane full of explosives. It would be a massive undertaking, a scale of which the six of you would not be able to do.
Well, you did say your supercomputer was on 3 floors. That's the most critical thing to destroy anyway. So we take you out of the equation. We destroy your supercomputer. At least nobody's looking to rebuild a Nimrod. Then we deal with Nimrod and we go home.
I'm trying to help you, but I don't think you understand just what you're asking. I just want to save lives, and you're talking about destroying the entire arena, Madison Square Garden, a chunk of New York. This is what I'm saying. This is what Stryker is trying to prevent. Don't you understand the destruction that you're...
this war, we're going to finish it. You can stop blabbering now because this is not a point of discussion. You've got a choice. You're either going to go without your arms and legs. We're going to take your mechanical appendages, and you're going to go to Mojo World. Who knows what's happened to you there? Or you can stay here with your supercomputers as we destroy them. I don't care either way. You're a traitor. Make your decision.
Those are my only two choices.
Yes, I think. Stranglehold, what are your thoughts?
What you said.
Yeah, those are your
Stranglehold
two
have
decisions.
thoughts?
Those are your choices.
I agree with Wraith. And then he
Well,
just
then I
squeezes.
choose Mojo
just
World.
because.
Ah,
I've still got like the door held up and I kind of yell through it towards you. Are there any mutants alive down here?
That's a good question. Is anybody else imprisoned in here?
They had Mercury. They're talking about taking Rock Slide.
Project Rock Slide is being delivered tonight. There's a handful of other mutants, specifically around floor 7 is where most of those projects happen.
Floor 7, huh? All right. That's reasonable. How are you at dimensional travel?
Not good.
Okay. Well, because of all your incredible help. Maybe we'll leave you your limbs then.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
It doesn't have to be this way.
Cool. Hey, dude. Let's see. We're gonna leave you as a little bit of a chrysalist. Come on. I'll take you on to a really cool city directly downtown. Because you know what? If Mojo comes back and finds this place, I'm kind of okay with that.
And he is just despondent at this point as you begin to teleport him. He's, wait, no, it doesn't have to be this. And then silence for the rest of you as Ashfall takes him to Mojo World.
Of the city where
Go
all
ahead
the
and describe
cameras are.
what this looks like for us.
It is all of the cyberpunk dystopians, plus if the worst case scenario Twitch chat ever happened, your little subscriber camera bubbles, depending on how much you pay. The lovely Twitch chat
Calm down.
bubbles.
We love our Twitch chat. What are you talking about? Settle down.
Yeah, in a gladiator combat situation that enjoy all the gore. But you got Spiral Net and you got Mojo TV and just adverts everywhere, top to bottom. These cyberpunk kind of esque buildings everywhere, just in the heart of a square. There's trash and dirt, but it doesn't matter. Everything has kind of a bit of a dried blood flaking off of it kind of feel. And go for it.
In the middle of a square in intersection with these cyberpunk vehicles traveling through, Ashfall and Forge show up. Forge cocooned in concrete, so he can't even move. These futuristic cars start honking their horns and careening out of the way, trying to avoid him. Ashfall, any last words as you...
I stand there long enough for the cameras to start to pick up on us, flip the bird up towards Mojo, and then disappear, leaving Forge behind.
Forge is alone in the cyberpunk dystopia. The rest of you saw Forge and Ashfall disappear, and just moments later, Ashfall's back without Forge. And that's where we're going to end the session here. As you guys have transported yet another foe to Mojo World. It seems like a popular dumping spot.
Mm-hmm.
Really quite convenient.
It's a good garbage dump.
Let's do some shout outs. Aaron, what's going on with Garblag?
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you did not get enough wonderful Marvel madness here, you can join me as the narrator and my team of British superheroes as we actually dive into the Cataclysm of Kang starting tomorrow. And then Thursday, you can join Garblag Pete himself at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with more of his own game, Heroic Deeds, old school feel with modern mechanics as he plays through the classic Red Hand of Doom campaign. Then next Tuesday, at the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find our Millie the GM running her long-running Coriolis campaign, which is a lot of fun.
Awesome. I did enjoy watching your Marvel multiverse game. It was interesting to see how you GM it. Jeff, what do we got going on here with Lollygaggers?
Yeah, buddy. Thursday, we got some more Werewolf the Apocalypse with everyone here except for Steven. By design. Friday. Well, Aaron, tell us what's going on Friday.
On Friday, we are going to be back with Cubicle 7's Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory as our team of troubleshooting agents from the rogue trader Veronius's flotilla are trying to get to the bottom of what's going on a Space Hulk that has come in system and is on a collision course with the Shrine World of Enoch. They did also get to fight a bunch of Nurglings last time, and
Adorable.
Melissa's character sadly took a corrupted chainsword to the shoulder and is feeling a little worse for wear. So that should be entertaining when we get back into it on Friday.
I killed a lady.
You did.
I whacked her upside her head with a staff.
Totally brutalized her.
It was very fun. Very fun. Saturday, if all goes to plan, we are starting up Call of Cthulhu, our new campaign, our new Saturday campaign in the place of where we used to play One Ring. We're doing some Call of Cthulhu. We're playing Eternal Lies, which is it's actually a Trail of Cthulhu campaign, but we're going to run it using Call of Cthulhu 7th edition because I can't learn another system. My brain has reached capacity, and that's what we're going to do. And you can see it's the same crew that was on One Ring. We're just gonna kind of green it over, and we're gonna get that going. Then Monday we'll be doing some Fragged Empire. Back to that as well. And if you haven't already checked out the YouTube channel, Adventures in Lollygagging, got all sorts of games there, including all of our past work. And that's that. It would definitely be all of our past work. So. Any words of wisdom, Stephen?
Yeah. Have the ability to roll fantastic successes every time you roll initiative if you want to win at this game.
It's true.
Please continue to watch us bully Steven.
It's true.
It's pretty useful. That is a useful power.
The S in Gardens stands for shark. For
I thought it was
Shark.
for Steven. I thought it was
It's
for
not.
Steven.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's
buddy.
sad. I'm gonna have to build the new Madison Square Gardens and put the S on the end for Steven.
Well, we haven't even destroyed this one yet, so why don't you chill? Why don't you calm down? You never
Try,
know.
though. We're going to do it. Give it our best shot.
Next session.
When he was just like, "Oh, it's impossible," all I kept thinking was like, "This dude has no idea how much Stranglehold can bench. Come on, are you kidding me? I can pick up a house.
I just got this vision of Stranglehold's arms extending out to the furthest and him just whirling around like a top, shredding layer after layer. Just
Oh, there's an idea.
I mean, Samson bringing down the temple, right?
yeah.
Could be pretty fun. Okay, we're raiding Perception Studio. Follow the raid. We'll catch you all later. Despite what Kipser says, we love you, Twitch chat. Bye-bye.
Good night.